at, on, in, for time, for. This video consists of 4 parts: quiz, question 1 to 5, explanation, quiz, questions 6 to 15, and final review. Let's begin with 5 questions as usual. Choose the best preposition to complete the sentence. Question 1. John called me yesterday afternoon. No preposition. John called me yesterday afternoon. Question 2. He drank some milk the morning. In. He drank some milk in the morning. Question 3. They got married last June. No preposition. They got married last June. Question 4. The war broke out the night of May 1st. On. The war broke out on the night of May 1st. Question 5. She ate an apple this afternoon. No preposition. She ate an apple this afternoon. Did you get a perfect score? If you didn't, or if you are not sure what are the rules behind these questions, now's the time to get smart. When we say something happened, or happens or will happen, at a particular moment in time, the most important prepositions are at, on, in. The basic rule is at. For shorter periods, on. For a day, in. For longer periods. This rule is really helpful in speaking or writing good English. However, some words and phrases require no preposition. In other words, when you use these words and phrases, you can't add a preposition. For example, look at these sentences. 1. I met John in the morning. 2. I met John this morning. In both sentences, the word morning is used, but sentence 1 requires a preposition, while sentence 2 requires no preposition. Where does this difference come from? The answer to this question is, some word and phrases, including this morning, require no preposition. Look at this chart. As I mentioned, you can't add a preposition to some words and phrases. These words fall into 3 categories. Group 1. Yesterday, tomorrow, tonight. So, we say, I called John yesterday. We never say, I called John on yesterday. Group 2. Yesterday morning, tomorrow morning, yesterday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, yesterday evening, tomorrow evening, yesterday night, tomorrow night. So, we say, I called John yesterday morning. We never say, I called John on yesterday morning. Group 3. Time phrases that start with this, last, next, every. This group has a lot of members, including this Sunday, last week, next month, and every year. So, we say, I'll call John this Sunday. We never say, I'll call John on this Sunday. Now let me repeat. The words and phrases that require no preposition fall into 3 groups. Do you remember the members of Group 1? Yesterday, tomorrow, tonight. Do you remember the members of Group 2? yesterday morning, tomorrow morning, etc. Do you remember the members of Group 3? Time phrases that start with this, last, next, every. This, last, next, every. Repeat after me. This, last, next, every. Does it make sense? Okay. Let's try another 10 questions to check your understanding. Question 6. I always watch TV. Night. At. I always watch TV at night. We use at for night. Question 7. She will visit Paris next Tuesday. No preposition. She will visit Paris next Tuesday. We don't use a preposition before next Tuesday. Question 8. He cleans the room Sunday mornings. On. He cleans the room on Sunday mornings. In this sentence, an adjective is added before morning. So we use on. If you are not accustomed to this pattern, don't forget to watch the previous video later. Question 9. He arrived in New York last night. No preposition. He arrived in New York last night. We don't use a preposition before last night. Question 10. I often go cycling the weekend. At or on. I often go cycling at the weekend. Or I often go cycling on the weekend. Weekend is a tricky word. We use at or on for the weekend. British English prefers at the weekend, while American English prefers on the weekend. Question 11. He has to work Saturdays. On. He has to work on Saturdays. We use on for the days of the week. Question 12. I saw the movie yesterday. No preposition. I saw the movie yesterday. We don't use a preposition before yesterday. Question 13. She goes swimming every weekend. No preposition. She goes swimming every weekend. We don't use a preposition before every weekend. Question 14. He got a letter a cold evening. On. He got a letter on a cold evening. In this sentence, an adjective is added before evening. So we use on. If you are not accustomed to this pattern, don't forget to watch the previous video later. Question 15. I'll call you tomorrow night. No preposition. I'll call you tomorrow night. We don't use a preposition before tomorrow night. Did you get a perfect score? Now let's make a final review. Look at these words. Yesterday, tomorrow, tonight, yesterday morning, this Sunday, last month, every week. Do these words need preposition? No, of course not. The words and phrases that require no preposition fall into three groups. Do you remember the members of Group 1? Yesterday, tomorrow, tonight. Do you remember the members of Group 2? Yesterday morning, tomorrow morning, etc. Do you remember the members of Group 3? Time phrases that start with this, last, next, every. This, last, next, every. Repeat after me. This, last, next, every. Well, time's up. Let's stop here today. You are smarter now than 10 minutes ago. If you find this channel helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.